The last one was like this, and you just could see the ring light. Of course, it is darker out. Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to finish up chapter 6 and 7. I should probably label that. But this was much better, even though you'd see me peeking around the icon. I get to choose my icons. Oh my goodness. I choose my icons. All right, I got some hot tea, mainly hot water with an old bag of tea. Got to keep your whistle wet when you talk, right? All right, where were we? We are on chapter 6. And if you guys think I'm prepared, then you have not seen my live before, because I am never prepared fully. And we've got the alert that says that I am live. All right, creating positive relationships and surroundings. Remember, guys, and I don't know if we mentioned this already. Oh, excuse me, it is late for me, so I apologize for my yawning. We are all connected, and we actually need each other. So, creating positive relationships and surroundings is actually very important. Very, very important. And I am a little on the punch-tired side. It is about 10 p.m. for me. But I am not off of work tomorrow night, so let's start with the power of social connections and positive thinking. Imagine interlocking chains held fast by care, trust, and comprehension. Links from a robust safety net under our feet as we move forward with purpose and hope. These bonds fuel our sense of being, wanting, and fulfillment, setting roots deep within our contented and peaceful minds. True companions encourage sunny attitudes and steery willpower when a rough times hit squarely. But what matters most right now is joining forces to form strong links across networks of hearts. Just like rich soil help plants grow tall and strong in gardens, solid relationships help people bloom in their greatest selves. It's all about feeling supported. So we will feel free enough to share what's really going on inside with each other, which helps us develop a neat way to get through our rough patches together. Remember what I said, we all need each other. Let me paint a picture of what I mean. Imagine having a group of people in your life that care about you, believe in you, and will raise you up when things go well and when stuff gets tough. Those kinds of friends give us a courage and power to raise our life's troubles. In addition to those benefits, when hard knocks lie upon you, it feels damn right. It feels damn right. I just want to make sure I'm reading it right. Damn right to have someone to lean on. It feels damn good, doesn't it? To have someone to lean on and look after you until things get brighter. Facts, man. Wouldn't you say it'd be mighty awful not having anyone or fairly few souls by cheer you on? Well, that's what solid connections matter so much. Why investing time in each other is just as vital as the time you spend investing in yourself. Okay, building positive relationships. Life is like one big old puzzle you put together piece by piece, string by string. Love, understanding, and support from one another hold it together. Positive relationships give loves. I went too far on that one, huh? Positive relationships give life experiences color, beauty, fancy masterpiece. Just like a fancy masterpiece on a wall. Just like how a beautiful painting becomes richer with layers and shades of color and texture, we as humans become richer via connections like family, dearest of friends, and even casual acquaintances who lend a smile. They make hardships way easier to cope with by being present and showing we were not alone. All right, now here's some strategies to cultivate positive relationships in our lives. Let me get another sip of tea. Oh, and like this hits it right the nail on the head, like coming off the bat. Coming out of the... Love it. Having open communication. Foster open and honest communication within where your household. Create a supportive environment where all family members feel free to share their thoughts and emotions comfortably and can trust that they won't be faced with judgment for doing so. Work toward maintaining good vibes and positive relationships. Positive relationships through practicing this kind of communication. Spending quality time, and I don't mean on the phone, and I don't mean behind the phone. Make sure to prioritize spending quality time as a family. It doesn't have to be anything fancy or planned ahead of time. Just bonding while eating meals, enjoying fun activities. All that is plenty. The goal is to make time for one another on a regular basis to reinforce the close connection. Listen actively. So basically, this is not listening for your chance to talk. It's listening with an open mind. When someone is talking, give them your full focus and attention. Try and understand where they're coming from. Let them know you get where they're at, even if you don't quite see eye to eye yourself. It means a lot to people when we acknowledge their feelings like this. So you're not listening for your chance to talk. You're listening without judgment, just to understand what that person is going through. And this is in your own household. This isn't even your neighborhood or connecting with your friends. This is just your family. Okay, respect boundaries. Remember, everyone deserves their own private zone. You should allow another person the freedom to think and act as per their individual needs and choices. Just because things are different does not mean they're wrong or that they deserve disrespect. Being respectful. And variety, remember, spice of life. Variety keeps life fun. However, boundaries. So, we're not saying let them rule the rooster, or you should either respect each other's boundaries. Okay. I actually really like his list. I don't love this author, and I'm not loving the way the book's put together altogether. I don't love it, but I do like these strategies. They're very well done. Very well thought out, too. Resolve conflicts. When things get tough, listen to me, I can't even read. When things get tough, aim to sort out issues constructively. Instead of pointing fingers or dragging things on, try to focus on finding fair solutions. We can handle tricky moments like pros if we join forces. And when needed, there is no harm in admitting errors or asking for forgiveness or vice versa. A small thing, it can sometimes be very big. Think about it. I could do a think about it for every single one of these categories if I needed to. I actually did like the last 6:15, so unless I'm really feeling it tomorrow, I'm probably not going to do any think about it, but yeah, I could do a think about it for every single one of these categories. All right, let me take another step and we'll move on. Make time for others. Keep connections alive by showing love through little actions. Phone chats, texts, catch-ups, hangout invites remind friends they matter to us. These gestures go a long way and can lift spirits quicker than social media posts can boost egos. I don't know about that. I'm going to read that again. Phone chats, texts, catch-ups, or hangouts invites remind friends they matter to us. These gestures go a long way and can lift spirits quicker than a social media post can boost an ego. I'm sorry, I just find it humorous because, yeah, I'm reading this via social media. And I jumped on TikTok during my break. Probably shouldn't have. But even online sharing helps when life gets rough. Just never forget that true kingship comes down to real human touch, figuratively and literally. I'll be one to say that somebody could touch you via social media in ways you never thought, not physically, but emotionally. And it's all about your being open-minded and accepting that. All right, celebrate achievements. Don't just congratulate people or clap back via comments online either. Truly come off as thrilled for them. Whether small personal victories or bigger goals are met, we've got to show up support and excitement for our friends and their efforts. They deserve a cheer squad after all. We all deserve a cheering squad. Our positive energy will keep motivations high and strengthen great bonds among us. Show appreciation. Let friends know their value to you. Little acts of thanks means a lot. Whether it's a shout out or a written phrase, even lending a helping hand now and then works wonders. These simple steps boost moods across the board, which helps keep friendships very strong. Whenever appreciation strikes, it spreads happiness right away. Shared activities. Joining forces outside allows connections to grow also. Sharing hobbies connects hearts and closeness. And going to new place side by side strengthens bonds. Teaming up over activities, everyone enjoys equal tight bonds. Foundation sure to stand the test of time. Brainstorm ideas for cool collaborate pursuits. Very interesting. Importance of open communication, empathy. I think we have beaten this one a bit to a pulp, but let's see. Oh my goodness, I feel kind of silly. I didn't expect to get so yawny. Damn it, the last live I was in, the host was a little yawny. I think that's where I got it from. I'm going to go right to empathy. Empathy makes a relationship stronger and warmer. Being empathetic means putting ourselves in others' shoes and trying to understand and connect with those around us based on the shared human experience. That does not mean trauma dumping. If you don't know what trauma dumping is, it's basically when you guys only bond over bad things that happened. There needs to be more in your relationship or it becomes toxic. Okay, where was I? I'm sorry. Me and my tangents. Emotional openness. You guys know I'm going to yawn through both chapters, right? Emotional openness, but we'll be finished. Emotional openness helps deepen our connection, which eventually leads to overall feeling of belongingness. Our companionship, professionally, empathetic, camaraderie, works wonders and building strong terms. It says teams. Building strong teams. While open communication and empathy team up, both benefit and reinforce one another's power. Honest conversations gain depth upon receiving empathetic responses. That's exactly what makes a real human connections grow stronger. Both thrive best in a warm and welcoming atmosphere built around appreciation, diverse viewpoints, mutual concern for others, and set off of self-feeding cycle of better understanding and profound bonds between loved ones. Empathy shapes personal perspectives gleaned, it does say gleaned, via open expression to something meaningful that draws us closer. Nobody's going to be in here with me because I'm going to fall asleep the whole thing. This is basically exactly, the next section exactly what we were just talking about. You know what? I'm chilly, but I'm drinking warm. Might be why I'm getting so yawny. You guys know I don't want to just read verbatim, especially if it's not going to be useful. Setting boundaries and limiting negative influences. Sorry, I'm yawning through this whole thing. It is Lee. Just as you would pick out the pieces to display in your home, your mental and your emotional well-being deserve to be put in consideration. Your internal art collection consists of thoughts and experiences that shaped your perspectives. Likewise, choosing whether to draw the boundaries protects your mental strength and vital levels. Emotional, intelligent people maintain firm grips on their internal selves to let positivity yet repel negativity. Thus, as I can't turn page because I refuse to move my other hand, the seat's starting to hurt my butt. Leaning, how to establish boundaries represents a self-love prowess. By safeguarding your sincerity, you conserve a precious energy and reserve to invest. I feel like I skipped a page. That's what my confusion is. Precious energy reserves to invest in enriching activities, boosting your contentment. Trust me, once your emotional armor shield is securely fastened via appropriate delimitations, stress will free faster than it says bolt during races. Oh, like a horse. Okay. I just think its example wasn't very good. Boundaries are needed when life gets tough and unwanted burdens weigh down your spirit. Having a clean guideline serves as a defensive tool that both shields you and respects towards others. Rather than putting up boundaries around you, visualize getaway openings, allowing the positive vibes to enter your circle and negative ones to exit. Remember, being selfish isn't always a bad thing either. Setting boundaries often reflect knowing what you need versus trying to please everyone else. Two entirely different things. Therefore, embracing these doorkeepers means saying hello to sincere states and more fulfilling relationships where everyone feels free and yet still cares about their fellow humans. Keep it simple. Make some room between yourself and others. And then see, naturally, goodwill flow freely with ease, making it a win-win naturally. Okay, people pleasers. How to say no. And this is going to be quick because the author has not gotten really depth in this at all. I do a quick yard and get this through. Someone near you makes a request for assistance, perhaps at a time when obligations already weigh heavily on your plate. Of course, you want to assist them if possible, but sadly, sometimes that's unrealistic due to current circumstances, limiting your availability. What then can you realistically offer without feeling guilty or alienating your friendship? A simple, honest no allows you to care for yourself. If someone continues pushing despite understanding constraints, trust your gut instinct and feel free to remind them that boundaries were set early. Assertiveness sets healthy proceeds to avoid any sense of codependency creeping in. No, doesn't necessarily equate to being rude, mean, disrespectful. It's simply a reasonable self-preservation action made in self-compassion. Remember, we just spoke the previous chapters all about caring for yourself and giving yourself grace. You cannot be there for everybody else, and the only person you should try to be there for first is yourself, and then everyone else. So, not to be selfish, but yeah, it is all about you. Okay? In this book, when it comes to positive thinking and personal growth, it is about you thinking about you first. Remember, in an airplane, one of the first things they tell you is if an airplane is going down, make sure that oxygen is secure on your face before you put anybody else's mask on, because you need to look after you first. Okay, be consistent. Navigating new horizons calls for fresh tips. Set boundaries correctly mean digging deep for the roots and the ground rules necessary to support wellness, while initiating initial efforts by laying strong foundations. Future maintenance demands continuous attention for occasional tweaking. Fearless communication means declaring expectations loud and clear while being tactful, not harsh or brash. This straightforward approach stands tall in standing up for yourself, because kindness shouldn't be mistaken for weakness. Instead, it fosters authentic connection built on... Ooh, that sounds familiar, though. Doesn't it? Kindness should not be mistaken for weakness. Instead, it fosters authentic connection built on mutual regard rather than a one-sided submissive behavior. Afterward, hold tightly onto such principles whenever required, ensuring everyone remains committed to the same level of cooperation based on reciprocal appreciation. The reason I said that sounds familiar is because, I didn't expect a whole lot of people. It's Saturday night. Most people are out and about. I'm just not one of those people because I'm old. Honestly, he's upstairs getting ready for bed. So, kindness should not be mistaken for weakness. I did have that as a think about it. That's why it sounded familiar. Address negative influences. Let's discuss the aspect that might slip into our existence. Sometimes they could show up in the form of unhappy. Listen, everybody has bad days, so I'm just trying to think of them like weeds in the backyard. This is my thing, is that sometimes somebody might lean on you for help, so I don't want to go too far into thinking people are like weeds and you need to take them out of your life. Because just like you need somebody to lean on, other people do too. That's exactly what his comparisons is. And that's why I wanted to be careful and stop what I was saying. Because potentially that could be very damaging. It's actually almost the oxymoron of what we were just saying. Like, hey, you need people and you come first. But when other people need you, they're a weed. And I think as long as it's healthy, and maybe they're just down in their luck, and it is not the trauma dumping that I was speaking of before, where it's pretty mutual. You're both celebrating your successes along with your failures, and maybe swapping some positive alignment. Positive tips for curating a positive physical space. Yeah, I'm only going through sections that we have not touched on before. Purge and organize. Get rid of stuff you don't need. It adds weight to your peace of mind too. In an orderly living situation, it is better for the head than a visual noise of pointless knickknacks clamoring for attention, unless they actually spark joy. Feel free yourself to see how surroundings make life more breezy, more manageable, and fresh perspective. I'll give you guys a great example. This is a banana, but it's not an actual banana. I can squish it up like this. And I like it because I can make it really, really small. And then I can let it go. And this makes me happy. This brings subtle but joy to me. And that's what the author is getting at. This, even though it might be something that's taking up clutter on my desk, makes the surroundings easy, breezy, more manageable, refreshing, because I have this banana on my desk. Okay, so that's what the author is getting at. He's even going into colors. Think about favorite colors connecting. Well, yellow is a great color. I have yellow, I have green, I have blue. I couldn't be happier. Yellow and green. What do they make? Purple, I think. Right? Makes purple. But yes, positive. Sorry. So natural color light. Greet the morning rays. Sun, scenery. This is all about positive environment. Add some greenery. Create zones for different activities. Divide up your spaces. Okay, so I only sleep in bed. Bed is for two things. Sleep and sex. That's it. I don't eat in bed. I don't read in bed. I try not to scroll in bed. Bed is for sex and sleep. That's it. Nothing else is done in bed. By doing that, I know when my head hits that pillow, which it is ready to, and I am up. I guess either, I don't know if it's past my bedtime or not. Feels like it is because I keep yawning, right? That is what bed is for. This chair, this is for reading and going live or exercising, but I move the chair out for that. So and it's not real exercise. It's when I exercise on social media. So this is my social media, work, my reading, praying directly with social media, more so. My internal prayer, sometimes I do sit here. I do pray in bed, but it's more internal. So my environment, it may seem a little cluttered, it may seem a little organized, but I have a lot of refreshing things around me. I like the scenery, and it's off to the side of everything. So it's almost like a seniority. Basically, I cultivated my own positive physical space in this area, and the way I have it is there's a curtain here and a curtain here, and then this is a window. Well, this is where my whiteboard is, but on the other side is a window. So I'm kind of like in the corner of my family room, but it's like my space. So regularly, and this is a very interesting, I did not see this. So I have different sensory pleasures, like this. Include elements that delight senses, like this. This is delighting. I have a light either here if I need it. If not, I have it off to the side so it's not like blaring at me. And then it says right here, regularly, I'm going to play with this thing on and off the entire live, right? Why are you on? Regularly refresh and rearrange. Keep your place fresh and interesting. Rearrange furniture occasionally and keep it feeling new and exciting. Just like when you first moved in. It doesn't have to be big changes either. Sometimes small tweaks can go a long way towards boosting your mood. So actually just move the desk out a little bit further. One, to kind of capture that light. Two, so when I do morning exercises on TikTok, I can actually move the chair either in that corner or in that corner, and I can actually have more space to walk around. That's a subtle change I gave myself. It did kind of feel refreshing, I have to say. All right. How positive environment can enhance creativity and productivity. How are we doing on time? I actually bought this book specifically for this purpose, to help you guys out. All right. That's not bad. Again, it's like 20 pages. We can do that in an hour, right? Actually, probably less. Let me get a sip. Especially because I just gave you guys examples, and that was like a page and a half of reading I could have done. Instead, I just gave you personal example. All right. Inspiring surroundings. Have a nice looking workplace so you can actually help. More than create. Having a nice looking workspace, it can actually help you be more creative. Studies shown that when your surroundings include things like colorful decorations, interesting art pieces, and even natural elements like plants or water foundations, you just might start feeling some inspiration coming on. It's kind of like getting a little hints from nature to think outside the box and come up with fresh ideas. You know, interesting enough, on the other side, I told you guys I kind of like boxed myself in. On the other side of this curtain, I'm growing strawberries. So that's to get to this area, even though I don't have it in this area, to get to this area, I actually have that nature piece that and I have to plant some broccoli sprouts too. I got to get my sprouting on too because I'm going raw. Stuff you do not need to know about me. I will be raw. Freedom of expression. The environment that supports people's expressions freely can help them approach things from different angles. Personalized space, whether individuals have the freedom to express who they are, result in fresh and creative concepts. That's why you see me on social media a lot. I am freely expressing myself. And I'm not quiet about it, am I? Organization and order. Have every tidy spot. I can tell you right now, I am a freaking hot mess, which is why I'm never ready. But isn't part of my personality. My personality is actually more well equipped and kept, and so I kind of disagree with this statement. He's even going as far to saying, but your stress levels will decrease. I kind of like it when I'm a little scattered. I think that I'm more relatable that way. Optimal lighting and furniture. Okay, this is not the most my lighting, I actually have control over it a little bit, which is nice. So that should boost my moral vitality and fight exhaustion. Although I'm doing a terrible job because I brought up the word exhaustion, so I knew a yawn was headed my way. Interesting, huh? Positive visuals. I think we discussed it already, didn't we? Not to move you guys, but this is, be strong and courageous. Sorry, don't mind my crappy handwriting. Okay, and then I have a green screen I have no idea how to use. And then this is my company, my pride and joy, that I barely ever advertise, but do use once in a while because I do actually have clients. So, and then, if you really want to see some crappy handwriting, right there is my vision goal, or my list of goals that I actually want to accomplish. So, it says here, positive visuals. Those are my visuals in my four corners. I have affirmations. Who doesn't love a green screen, even if they don't utilize it? They're my company, my first company I opened up by myself, and my goals for 2024. All right, I'm doing all right. Those are your positive visuals. They can even provide a lasting inspiration, which everything around me, it does actually inspire me, keeping you buzzing right through project deadlines while feeling a gloom behind. My actual job is quite different. I'm in a box truck. Let's go to action steps. I wanted to make sure that the section we're kind of skipping over, mulling over, is not going to be impactful. Or is not going to be, it's not going to waste your time. Intentionally fostering supportive connections, reaching out to optimistic individuals, encourage mutual inspiration. These are the action steps. Aim to maintain tidy surroundings, starting with a small, helps larger tasks be more manageable. I disagree. Being with a single region, then broaden efforts once comfort develops. I am quite comfortable and not being that organized. I'm not stressed out either. Boost your mood by introducing natural elements, including flora in living room and working lift space. Nurture bonds through general interest, showing during a communication. Active listening bolsters closeness and interpersonal relationships. You want to listen with your ears, not for your chance to talk. Set limitations when using technology and timings for use. Strike a balance between virtual involvement and real world international elevates overall comments. Nice, huh? Chapter 7. Last chapter, because I'm actually quite tired, so I didn't expect me to be. Manifesting your positive future, goal setting and visualization. Sounds a lot like what we've already been through, doesn't it? Aligning goals with positive thinking. I'm going to read some of this. Clarity is vital when crafting goals. When objectives are vague, they are more difficult to turn into actionable steps with clear intentions. That's why being clear about desired goals enables breaking bigger jobs into bite-sized chunks and making them simpler to address. Not only does arranging and make things run smoother, but it also assists in monitoring advancement, allowing alterations when are required. Ultimately, when plans are crystal clear and drives us back to remain focused and committing endless offers, far from larger scales. Objectives anchored in strong purpose, powerful impact goals, attainment, and the sequence steps taken from each desired state. An inner author, an arborer, surges when desires are connected to firmly held ideas and values. These types of goals merge together and beliefs with genuine conquers yield vague and blusterous individual evolution and satisfaction. Let's see a real life example. Serena Williams, the tennis player, one of the most accomplished tennis players in recent history, managed to vanquish hardships by selling ambitious goals. Though mirrored by physical tribulations, childbirth, and some contentious circumstances, she kept her eye on her trained with winning a numerous tournaments. Thus, her inspiration underscores that mightiness of goal-oriented tenacity. Oh, not like the way I said that. When facing adversities, never forget, mountaintop glory means little without thoroughly enjoying each hike. Although optimism won't instantly fix complex problems like genie lamps, do the mindset focus like mighty wigs lift you above the past limitations. With positive guides in our heart, rocky roads become smoother rides, transforming for a new. Once the clouds part, do not stop there. Keep pushing yourself forward still, because every cloud holds treasure awaiting the brave enough to pursue them. Yeah, my eyes glazed over. That is not good when you're trying to read something. Harness visual and desire outcomes. I told you guys this before. As many details as you possibly can. Frequent observing, imitating, projecting, perfect scenes overplayed over in your head, rewires brain pathways, strengthening more adaptive traits. Brain chemistry reacts positively upon a new neurons track stimulated by reoccurring constructive images. So you want to apply those images. You want to see it before you do it kind of feeling. I know, I wake up and everybody leaves. Creating action plans and goals for achievement. All right. I just want to make sure we're not. Maintain a timeline. Be flexible. These are, when you're making goals, guys, these are really, really important. Break the goal into small pieces. So you want a lot of little goals. Be clear about your goals. Maintain a timeline and be flexible about your goals. Reach out for support. People are there to help you. You just don't know until you ask, you know. Celebrate each victory. Overcome setbacks and challenges, which is pretty much where we're at. And I can't believe it. We actually went through the book. And I went through 2 chapters in 45 minutes. All right, let's go through, which is good because, you know, I'm actually quite tired. So. But I also didn't want to bore you guys, and I wanted to make sure it was at least somewhat interesting. But I knew the book because, I mean, Mastering Positive Thinking, I knew it was going to help somebody. So, guys, if there's any books or anything else you want me to read, let me know. I have no problem with it. I'm going to continue to just go back to reading the Bible. I enjoy that, and my think about it. I already recorded like 15 of them today, so. But yeah, any books, you guys, just send it in the comments. I'll be happy to read it. All right, action steps. Establish objects rooted in personal longings and define targets clearly. Excuse me. Craft written declarations. Sometimes T does that to me, you know. Craft written declarations tied to ambitious and morals for clarity and focus. Encourage diligency by consistent reviewing progress and adapting plans accordingly. Avoid ambiguity and strive for distinct milestones along the way of satisfaction. Encircle yourself with optimism via motivating quotes, like my think about it, stimulating imagery, or upbeat company. You like how I threw that myself in there? Amplify zeal through motivating cues and bond with positivity by emphasizing a likeness, utilizing sources, and encouraging strategic and interactive harmoniously. Practice daily visitation with details and immersed for heightening dedication, finding a secure atmosphere to calm the mind while envisioning trumpet attainment of your goals. Immerse yourself thoroughly through multiple sensory organizations of successful outcomes. Strategic repetition solidifies determination with a vibrant image of fulfilled purpose. Adapt versatility reactions with resourcefulness by viewing hindrance and catalyst. Transform momentarily hardships into opportunities. Remember we said earlier about hardships? No, it's a great, neither do I. Failures are actually opportunities in disguise. is what we were getting at earlier. Transform a momentary hardships into opportunities with tenacity and flexibility. Reflect on resilience stemming from a temporary implements conquering before. Redirect your negativity results from disappointments back into productivity. Convert objects into implement. Convert objects into tactics leading to accomplishments. Break objectives into step-by-step maneuvers and schedule complete dates. Uphold performance incrementally, actions regularly despite the size. Inherently steadfast to transform oriented conduct and a minor growth with openness. Sometimes the conclusions are much better than the actual thing. All right. Nope. It's just a conclusion. May your journey, I will leave you guys with this, because this is actually pretty good. May your journey be filled with endless joy, unwavering resilience, and the realization of most cherished dreams. The world is yours to conquer, one positive thought at a time. Can I get an amen? And make sure the choice is yours. It always is. We think about it. All right, good night, guys. Thank you for allowing me to read this book to you. In the coming days, I might edit the description where it would be like Master Positive Thinking, Part 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that's it. So we took 7 chapters and we read it in a couple days. So, one of them things, right? All right. God bless. Have a great Saturday night. See you Sunday at 1 Eastern Time for prayers. Thank you again.